Hello and welcome to Progress Over Perfection, the POP podcast. I'm your host, Avery. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Have you ever had a day where you woke up full of energy, ready to take on the world? You make a perfect to-do list, you plan your workout, you decide today is the day you finally start that project, and then a few days later that fire is just gone. You're back on the couch wondering where that super motivated version of you went, and then comes the guilt. Why can't I just stick with it? If that sounds familiar, then this episode is for you. Today, we're going to talk about the myth of motivation and why waiting for it to strike is one of the biggest roadblocks to your progress. I want to start with a little story. A few years ago, I decided I was going to become a morning person. I read all the articles, I watched the videos of successful CEOs talking about their 5 a.m. routines. I was incredibly motivated. For the first 3 days, I was a champion. I woke up at 5:30, went for a run, journaled, and felt amazing. I thought, this is it, I've cracked the code. And then came day 4. It was cold, it was dark, my bed felt like a warm cloud, and the idea of putting on running shoes felt like climbing a mountain. My motivation was nowhere to be found, so I hit snooze, and I hit it again. I ended up waking up at my usual time, feeling rushed and defeated. And worse, I felt like a failure. I blamed myself for being lazy, for lacking discipline. That one bad day turned into 2, then a week, and my morning person experiment was over. This cycle repeated itself in so many areas of my life. Diet, work projects, learning a new skill. I was stuck in this loop, get a huge burst of motivation, ride the wave until it crashed, and then beat myself up for it. The problem wasn't me. And if you're in that cycle, the problem isn't you either. The problem is that we've been sold a lie. The lie is that motivation is the key to consistency, but it's not. Think about it. Motivation is a feeling. It's an emotion just like happiness or excitement or sadness. Would you ever build a long-term strategy for your career that only works when you're feeling happy? Of course not. It's like trying to power a car on sunshine alone. On a bright sunny day, you're flying. But what happens when the clouds roll in? You're stuck. A system is like having a reliable engine and a full tank of gas. It works in any weather. Motivation is a wonderful spark. It's great for getting you started, but it's a terrible manager. It's unreliable. It doesn't show up on the days you need it most. The tired days, the stressful days, the I just don't wanna days. So if motivation isn't the answer, what is? The answer is systems. It's a less glamorous word, I know. It doesn't have the same exciting energy as motivation. But a system is what carries you through when motivation has clocked out for the day. A system is a simple, repeatable process designed to make your desired behavior almost automatic. It's about removing friction and making it easier to show up, even when you don't feel like it. Let's make this practical. My favourite system, and the easiest one to start with, is the 2-minute rule, which I learned from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. The idea is simple. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. So, read more becomes read 1 page. Do yoga every day becomes roll out my yoga mat. Run 3 miles becomes put on my running shoes. This sounds ridiculously simple, right? Almost too simple to work. But the point isn't to get results in those 2 minutes. The point is to master the habit of showing up. Anyone can put on their running shoes. Anyone can read 1 page. By making the starting ritual that easy, you're building a new identity. You're not trying to be a runner, you're just becoming the type of person who puts on their shoes every day. And often, once you've started, you'll find you want to do more. The second system is designing your environment for success. Your willpower is a finite resource. Don't waste it fighting against your surroundings all day. Instead, make your good habits the path of least resistance. You want to drink more water? Fill up a big bottle and put it on your desk first thing in the morning. I wanted to practice guitar more often, so I took it out of its case and put it on a stand right in the middle of my living room. I see it, I pick it up. No friction. Now think about the opposite. If your guitar is in its case in the back of a closet under a pile of laundry, how likely are you to play it? That's friction. We do this to ourselves all the time. We hide the things that are good for us and make the things we want to avoid incredibly easy to access. Your phone, for example, it's probably within arm's reach right now. It's designed for zero friction. What if you applied that same thinking, but for your goals? And the third system is called habit stacking. This is where you anchor a new habit you want to build onto an existing one that's already automatic. Your brain loves patterns, so create a simple one. For example, after I pour my morning cup of coffee, I will write down one thing I'm grateful for. Or after I take off my work shoes, I will immediately change into my workout clothes. The old habit becomes the trigger for the new one. You're not relying on memory or motivation, just the natural flow of your day. And here's a fourth system, which can be a real game changer. It's called temptation bundling. The concept, popularized by researcher Katie Milkman, is to link an action you want to do with an action you need to do. It's like a reward system that happens in real time, making the boring habit more attractive. For instance, maybe you love listening to true crime podcasts, but you need to be better about tidying up the house. With temptation bundling, you'd make a rule for yourself. I only get to listen to my favourite podcast while I'm doing my weekly cleaning. Or maybe you're dying to catch up on that new streaming series, but you also want to get more exercise. The rule becomes, I only watch that show while I'm on the exercise bike. You're bundling the temptation with the habit you're trying to build. It transforms the difficult habit from a chore into a treat, making it something you might actually start looking forward to. It's a powerful way to use immediate gratification to your advantage. You might be thinking, Avery, reading one page isn't going to make me a genius. Putting on my shoes isn't a marathon. And you're right. But what it does is far more powerful. Every time you perform that tiny habit, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're providing your brain with evidence that you are a reader or that you are a person who exercises. Each tiny action is like a single drop of water. It doesn't seem like much, but over time, it carves stone. You're not just building habits, you're building a new identity. One tiny, manageable step at a time. Now, using systems doesn't mean you'll be perfect. It doesn't mean you become a productivity robot. You'll still have days where you miss, life happens, you'll get sick, you'll have a stressful day at work, you'll feel tired, and that is perfectly okay. This show is called Progress Over Perfection for a reason. The goal is not an unbroken chain of success. The goal is to simply get back on track faster. A system is your safety net. When you fall, you don't fall all the way back to zero. Your running shoes are still by the door. Your yoga mat is still rolled out. The barrier to starting again is incredibly low. And this is where self-compassion comes in. It's not about being weak. It's about being strategic. Blaming yourself for missing a day drains your energy. Acknowledging it and then leaning on your system to show up the next day builds momentum. The rule I try to live by is never miss twice. That's progress. That's sustainable. So what's the takeaway today? Stop waiting for the lightning bolt of motivation to strike. It's a fair weather friend. Instead, become an architect of your habits. Build simple, tiny systems that support you on your worst days, not just your best. Start with the 2-minute rule. Design your environment to make the right things easy. And stack your new habits onto your old ones. Let your systems do the heavy lifting. Remember, your worth is not tied to your productivity. Your progress isn't measured by your best day, but by your commitment to showing up, even imperfectly, on all the other days. That's where real change happens. That's the heart of progress over perfection. Thank you so much for listening to the Pop Podcast today. If this episode resonated with you, maybe share it with someone who needs to hear that it's okay to not feel motivated all the time. I'm Avery, and I'll talk to you next time.